Welcome to the Wise Take DFS Podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I'm joined once again by my good friend, Patio Joe. You can find him on Twitter at Patio Joe Ref. That's REF. Patio Joe, of course, writes our Straight Cash Homie articles. And, of course, he appears on our premium live streams. Patio, what's up, my man? How we doing on the West Coast?
We're doing well, CK. It looks like tonight I'm going to be Jon Snow and you're going to be one of the White Walkers. You look so like a zombie right now. You're so tired. It's late on the East Coast.
Yeah,
so
man.
We're going to get you through this slate.
Yeah, man.
The big slate, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mondays are always rough because we come back from the weekend and it's like, like the scheduling's not done and everything else, so I got to scramble and, But I do what I do. Yeah. And Patio Joe picks me up from the West Coast,
That's right. Mm-hmm.
All right, brother. Let's dive right in here, man. We got Matt Boyd, the lefty from the Detroit Tigers, visiting Chad Kuhl of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's right. The sweet sounds of Chad Kuhl tomorrow night in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you really want to run that. I mean, I put him down as like pitcher in the middle tomorrow. Like somebody I don't think I'm gonna really. I might have, and I don't know if I'm really gonna target him. Maybe a little one-offs with the Tigers. But Matt Boyd, I'm going to want to target him with some of these Pirates. McCutchen, Harrison, Marte, Freeze, they all got good WOBA against lefties, so that'd be a good stack. It might be a little bit under-owned, too.
Man, I think that's a great call. I think Chad Cole might be a little bit of a trap for some people on DraftKings. I wouldn't be surprised to see people think, like, oh, well, look how good Trevor Williams did today. And listen, I wrote up Trevor Williams today, man. I liked him today, so... it's nothing against that. It's not that I don't think the Pirates, the Tigers won't strike out, but it just seems like people are going to go back to that well, I think, and it's not going to work out this time, I have a feeling. Ducci's going to play as a lefty. We know Chad Cole struggles with lefties. Victor Martinez could play, so it could be a different scenario. As far as Matt Boyd, if he's not striking guys out, he's getting rocked. That's the only time he gets escapes is when he's striking guys out, and we know the Pirates don't strike out, especially not to lefties. So I'm with you on that, man. McCutchen seems like a phenomenal play. David Freese, all these guys. I like the Pirates. We don't normally we always say like their upside is a little concerning, but at the same time they're kind of a stack it or leave it type of team, except for like McCutchen usually. So yeah, man, I got some interest there for sure.
Yeah, I mean Harrison 2.9 is good, and even Freeze at 3.4 is a little high, I think. But yeah. Harrison at 2.9, and then you could pair him with either Marte or McCutchen. I think that's a good, mini stack.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm with you. Vance Worley of the Miami Marlins, coming off his phenomenal game. I don't know what the hell that came from. Visiting AJ Cole of the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, I think you're going to want to stack the Nats here tomorrow, too. I think, today was a little weird. I think, everybody was expecting O'Grady coming in, and then after, the second inning, he's probably out with his oblique. It looked like it was an oblique. So he gets out in the second inning, and it kind of screwed up things, and Despaigne comes in and actually pitches okay for a few innings and gets them into the bullpen, and then so the Nat stack just didn't come through tonight, and it was kind of unfortunate, but O'Grady getting hurt, I think, kind of screwed things up. But tomorrow, I think both teams are good to go if you wanted to stack this game. AJ Cole's nothing special, and Worley, you know what? That was an aberration. Don't think that all of a sudden he's turned around in his career. He hasn't. He's bad, and he's on the road now. And I think you can get him with Goodwin, Defoe, Harper, Zimmerman, Murphy, Rendon, Lynn, Wieters. I just put down 1 through 8. Okay, so if you want to, go for it.
Yeah, so you don't think that we've seen the second coming of Vance Worley?
No, I think we saw his ceiling. Yeah. The first coming wasn't great, so maybe the second coming, I don't know. Damn, but yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, man. We got 2 bad bullpens. We got 2 pitchers that I don't believe are good. I love the Mets here, especially the Nationals. I feel like, especially after today, they were kind of chalky and they let a lot of people down. So I feel like people aren't going to want to go back to that well. And like you said, bro, it's Vance Worley, man. Come on. It was more the Nationals just not hitting. And eventually they're going to turn it around at home. I'm with you, man. I like the Nationals bats here a lot, too. For sure.
Down in South Beach, a lot of tail down in South Beach. So, they get distracted. Hey, yo, you go down to South Beach, you see Pauly D. Hey, he might be asleep, though, all day. He wakes up at 7. He's ready. He'll write his article at 6:45. He's ready for you guys. Hey, yo.
Hey,
I'm
yeah.
Paulie D.
Paulie D. Shout out to Paulie D, brother. CC Sabathia. Oh, Paulie D's New York Yankees. Visiting J.A. Hatt of the Toronto Blue Jays.
This is a game I think that it's almost, I don't really want to go there. I don't know why. It's not really like tempting me. It's not like Sabathia has been good. It's sneaky good sometimes. He's 6'6", so maybe I guess if you wanted to throw a flyer, I guess you could. But, Donaldson has been hot, so if you wanted him as a one-off, Smoke hits lefties pretty well, Morales. So I like it. I just Sabathia has been somebody I can't get right this year, so I kind of stay away. And Hap, he hasn't done anything either. I like Judge as one-off. Maybe Gary the Goat if he's back. It's not bad. Frazier, something like that. But this game is kind of like let's find somewhere else. I think it's a little bit better.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, man. It's got a high total, so like everybody's gonna look at it. But it's like you don't really know where to start. Like maybe a guy like Steve Pearce, and Smoke. But like other than that, like the Toronto's been so inconsistent. I mean, you gotta respect guys like Batista, Donaldson. We respect them, and we expect them to turn it around. It's just it just hasn't happened. And so it's like how long are you gonna chase it before you're like, dude, there's other spots that are good. I don't need to chase this one. But yeah, man, it's a spot. And of course, the other issue I always have with second against the Yankees is of course the bullpen eventually comes in. So I never really like full on stacks on a slate this big against the Yankees, but the Blue Jays have the power. Got to respect that. And like you said on the other side, man, I have a feeling, Ayo, Gary the Goat, Ayo. I think Ayo.
Better get used to it, yo.
No, I'm with you, man. I think Gary the Goat is in a pretty good spot against Hatt for sure, and Judge as well, man. You gotta love those guys.
And just to let you know, Mike Trout, homer, just now.
Oh man.
Yep. Mike Trout, the play of the day,
yes,
birthday
sir.
Boy.
I needed that in the worst way.
That was the easiest call. Like I'm telling you, it was going to happen. Like it was there. I knew it. But anyways, yeah, Mike Trout.
Mike Trout, I'm with it. Now I just need Calhoun, Valbuena, and or Maldonado to do a little more.
You need Valbuena. Right. You need Valbuena to throw a pass to Maldonado for a touchdown. You get double points, right? Is that what you need?
That's exactly what I need.
That's exactly what you need.
That's exactly what I need in a hurry.
That is football logic. Trust me. We'll be getting there
for sure. It's exciting. Luis Perdomo of the San Diego Padres visiting Sal Romano of the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, there's the. I put Perdomo as somebody that I want to attack, especially in Cincinnati with these lefties. I think you can go after with Votto. He was a play. I wrote him up today. I liked him. He homered. He was in my cash game. Jeanette Scooter did a little wasn't very good, but I like this spot. I like the fact that every time if you can get into the bullpen of the Padres, you can get more runs, as evident tonight. The Reds got 6 or 7 runs after they knocked out that gas can. So anyways, I like the Reds tomorrow. As for the Padres, I'm not really on them. You saw what they were today. They had a good matchup and they flopped. And Romano, I think that he's just like, I'm not gonna have him though either. I could still see him getting blown up though too.
Yeah, man. It's Sal Romano's interesting because like he has had his good games and bad, and like mostly bad, and and the Padres are the same way, man. Like they've had their good games and they're bad. Like Adelman, like it looked like they were getting to Adelman. It was weird the slate today. You kind of needed Perella to win anything really because he had 2 home runs, but at the same time, Adelman on DraftKings, you weren't upset if you rostered Adelman. He was 4-6 and he got you 10 points. So like. It was like it was one of those situations where like you don't really know where to go next because like Sal Romano is a young kid. We don't know much about him, but like we know that he can strike guys out. We know San Diego loves to strike out, but we also know this is a terrible ballpark for pitching. So I think that Sal Romano in deep tournaments is worth a look. Just because San Diego strikes out, we always have to acknowledge the fact that sometimes they suck, but they have been hitting a little better. So it's probably not. I'm with you. It's probably not somewhere I'm actually going to go. And I mean, I don't mind picking up Perdomo on the road. I mean, it's a little bit of a ground ball park, but like, I don't care, man. Perdomo's, I like the lefties against him once again, man. I've been on a Reds kick, man. They finally did good for me today, but I've been playing them like all the time. I don't know why. I've always liked the Reds this year, man.
The Reds are good at home too.
Yeah, true.
Like they seem to be really good at home.
Here we go. Oh, your boy's coming up here. Andrew Kashner of the Texas Rangers visiting Chris Flexen of my New York Mets. Tell me about your boy, Joey.
Oh boy, Chris Flexen. Yeah, he's been like blown up a couple times, like both of his starts. So I like, people are like, oh, don't target him. He's got good stuff. He's young. Well, he got moved up from Double-A, so he's gonna have some growing pains no matter how good he is. So I like these Rangers: Odor, Mazzara, Chu, Andrus, Gallo. I like all that. On the other side, Kastner is just, oh god, that guy can be sneaky good sometimes, especially at home. So I think you can also maybe stack against him though, because he is on the road. So Conforto, Bruce, Granderson, Cespedes. I'm not sure. I think there's something off with him. Everybody's telling him to come around and never has. So, but yeah, I kind of like this game. Maybe some mini stack here, not a full game stack though.
Yeah, man, I'm with you 100%. And that's the thing about the Mets is like they're just a home run team, as in not that they hit them so often, but when they score, it's usually by the home runs. So. I think I'm with you. I think mini stack is perfectly fine here against Kashner. Plus, like you said, he's one of those guys, man. Like him and like that other freaking guy, man. Like I can't even think of his name, but like they should suck, and like they're just they just don't get crushed. I don't understand. It just doesn't happen.
Perez.
Yeah, there you go. That's him. So yeah, man. I think they're in play. At the same time, the lefties in Texas are in play too. It's a downgrade for them for sure. I'm sure they'd rather play in Texas, nice with nicer weather and hitting environment and all that. But they're still in play. We know Chris Flexen hasn't shown us jack shit yet. So
that's crazy. Look at their run total tomorrow.
Yeah,
4.4 run. Texas. Yeah. That's low.
It's the lowest we've seen from Texas in a while, man.
Is this Flexen's first start at home too?
Oh, that's a good question. I have no idea. I don't think so. I think his first start was maybe though. I feel like his first start was at home.
I thought they were both on the road, but I could be. I know one of them was at Colorado. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So I thought his first two starts were on the road. So he's at home. He's 5K. Oof. Not on.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right because he doesn't have any stats, and our stats are based on a split.
That's very, very weird. That's very, very weird that he's 5,000. He's a favorite, and the run total for the Rangers is 4.4. I don't know.
It's a little surprising
people else
that he's
that
a favorite.
Into that. Yeah.
Isn't it weird that he's a favorite over Kashner?
Who's 7.1.
Hit him up, Joe.
There it is. Flexing tomorrow night.
Flexing. Oh, man. That's interesting. I'm excited to see where that line goes. But as of now, I like the bats, for sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting. German Marquez of the Colorado Rockies visiting Corey Kluber of the Cleveland Indians. I feel like Kluber just pitched.
Yeah, I know. Wow, it's weird. The weekend goes by, like these guys threw on like Thursday.
Yeah.
So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 4 days. Tuesday they throw on Tuesday. You're like, dude, that was the weekend, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's still the weekend for me, bro. I'm James Shields. I don't throw till Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just kidding. This game is really tempting on both sides. You got Kluber, which is totally in the cash game. Like there's one or two guys tomorrow for cash. And it's funny, one of our members asked me, he goes, "Do I always play the chalky, pitcher in cash?" I'm like, generally speaking, you do, but then tomorrow you got two guys where I think it's going to be split. And Kluber's one of them, and I don't know how you could say that to pick the other guy over Kluber. So, and then on the other side, you got Marquez. The guy has been nails. He's pitching some bad environments. He's pitching Colorado, and I think he's a good GPP flyer tomorrow. He's one of the pitchers that I put down on my list that I kind of like, especially in GPPs. People overlook him. I mean, he's such an underdog tomorrow, but he's pitched good, and people don't realize that. So, as a GPP, I don't mind it at 7.2. He's really cheap. And then on the other side, Kluber, boom, cash game, and you could probably even throw him in some tourneys.
Man, that's a tough decision, isn't it? We've got. I just looked ahead, like at the other pitch you were talking about
game.
for cash. Corey Kluber and Chris Sale. You got Chris Sale against the Rays and Kluber against Marquez. I would assume, like on DraftKings, Sale is 12-6 and Kluber is 12-4. Do you know how much they are on FanDuel? Do you have it in front of you by any chance?
It says 11-4 and 11-7. Kluber's 11-7 and Sale's 11-4.
So either way, they're both priced close enough to where price ain't going to make a difference on them. It's going to be personal preference. And that's interesting because one of these guys is going to be the chalk. Not both, but like one of these guys is going to be the... Well, on FanDuel, I guess they can both end up being... But like on DraftKings,
About
I feel
50-50.
like... Yeah, it could go down. And like that's interesting, man. They're going to see guys... It's Kluber against Colorado or it's Sale against the Rays.
I mean, here's my thing: is we should just talk about this next game because why not? It's the same thing, so we're not going to really talk about it. If you go into Sales like logs, I know that he's pitched against Tampa a lot this year, at least 2 or 3 other times.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of like BVP. Okay, so he started off April 15th. He pitched 7 innings. He had 64 points, and then he threw again on May 13th, 7 innings, 58 points. Against Tampa. Those were both at home. Now, the next time at Tampa, 7 innings, 45 points. Every time he's had over 10 strikeouts. So he started against them 3 times. This is the 4th time he started against them this year. He's had over 10 strikeouts each time.
Wow.
So, or 12. He's had 12 strikeouts each start.
That's insane.
Yeah, but I think they've hit him. Here's the thing, though. They've hit him better each time. He's gone down. He went from 64 to 58 to 45.
Right.
So, okay, and then you flip it. You got Kluber, who's pitching a team that he never pitches against. They never see him. A team that plays bad on the road, strikes out a lot. Right now, I'm saying Corey Kluber. That's who I'm going with in cash. Right now.
Is Kluber that day he was chalk and like he had to have him to win. He put up like 60 points. Did he go a full 9 or like 8 or anything like that?
I think that was his last start, right?
Yeah.
He went 9 innings against the Yankees, 11 strikeouts.
That concerns me a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like they all have like kind of like maybe a negative in their box. You see how they like Kluber's Sales going down 64, 58, 45. He's still getting 12 strikeouts, but they're hitting him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I say if you like Sale tomorrow, you better have a Rays stack because they could somebody's going to get him tomorrow for a home run. They always do. Right. Somebody's going to get him for a home run. Souza, Morrison, Dickerson, they always hit one. So tomorrow, I think you got 2 options for cash. You got Kluber, Sale right now at 9 o'clock, at 9 on the West Coast. I'm saying Kluber tomorrow strictly because he's facing a team he's never faced before. I mean, Rays have faced Sale 3 other times this year.
Yeah,
I just feel more comfortable. Yeah, this year,
Dude. Paulie's play in the month, and like Paulie's been talking up this guy, and we've been messing around with him in the avatar. But guess who has a home run off Corey Kluber in 2 at bats? He's got 1 home run.
Oh boy, his boy, Carlos Gonzalez,
Paulie D's boy.
Oh boy, hey yo, get used to it. Carlos Gonzalez is the play of the decade for this year.
The play of the decade for this year. I love it, bro.
I hope he sees this.
Oh, I think he will.
If he's awake. How many times can we dig him today because of that? That's twice. There might just be. We're gonna come back at one point. I'm just so sorry. I was sleeping. Sorry.
He can take it though. He's a good sport about it.
He is.
He can take it. So before we move on, do we like the Indians and Red Sox offenses at all? Because we just broke into the pitches and we just stopped.
Okay, so I said I like Marquez as a GPP flyer, so I don't think I'm really wanting a Indian stack tomorrow. I like Marquez. The guy's pitched decent. Okay, so and then on the other side, I think you can attack Pruitt with the Red Sox. We've said that the Red Sox are heating up. Their prices have really reflected it too, but I like them tomorrow. Like I said, a mini stack. I don't know about a full stack, but guys like Hanley, Devers, Nunez, Devers, something like that. Benintendi, Betts, something like that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Maybe like a mini stack, a couple one-offs, something like that. I don't see a pitcher for Philadelphia. Do we not have a pitcher?
FanDuel has Eflin.
Really?
So I wrote down Zach Eflin. Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw Velasquez somewhere else. Probably.
No, Velasquez pitched on Friday, so he's not pitching till tomorrow.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna look it up on the MLB website.
FanDuel has Eflin, so
okay, we'll just go with Eflin because I just looked on MLB.com and it says to be announced. So Eflin it is, brother.
Yeah. So Eflin versus the Braves and Tehran versus the Phillies. It's funny. I would never. I can't believe I'm saying this. Tehran tomorrow. I might be talked off the ledge. Paulie D might say, "Hey, yo, you're crazy," but the Braves don't really have that many big lefty hitters to be scared of, and Tehran is good against really good against righties and lefties. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Tehran would be a weird, sneaky GPP because he does have those games where he strikes out 8 to 10 guys. And Philly's not, is just not going to crush anybody really. On the other side, though, you get lit up like a Christmas tree. So, it scares you. But I said, oh, he's pitching against the Phillies. There's not a lot of big lefties on that team. He might be okay. And especially in first look. And then on the other side, Eflin, he's a righty, so Freddie Freeman, Inciarte, Adams, all the lefties. I'm good with that.
Yeah, man. Eflin's that dude that I can't. That was the guy that he was like Cashner. He just wasn't getting rocked last year. Mm-hmm. He should have. His numbers were all terrible. He just wasn't getting bombed. I think that changes. I really like the Braves here, and they let me down big the other day. The other day I wrote I think on Sunday I wrote the GPP article for Paulie, and that article, your article smashed too. The cash article you wrote.
Yeah, but I didn't even play that day. Yes. I did not play because I was busy.
Yeah.
All right.
But the article
I was busy
smashed,
with my
man.
kid.
Your article ended up doing really well. And I wrote the GPP article that day. I did play. Unfortunately, I played the one stack I wrote up that didn't do anything. I wrote up the O's. I had all the players. I wrote up all the one-offs, and unfortunately, I also had the Braves in there, and that was the one I ended up going with. So I ended up so I bombed. But I'm gonna go back to the well, man. It's Eflin, still Adams, Freeman. This is a team that I would totally stack just because the ballpark is so big. There's just so much upside here, and then of course you got the Philly bullpen. So I like the Braves, and you're right, man. Tehran, I hate it's 6'9" on DraftKings, man. On DraftKings, it's interesting.
6'9" on FanDuel, yeah.
That is interesting. I mean, it's hard. On FanDuel, obviously you're not playing Sale or Kluber, which is scary. But at the same time, at one time Tehran was decent, and so if he gets a chance against a bad team. The only guy I'm worried about really is Nick Williams, dude. It's the only guy that worries me. But I mean, if he gives up a home run,
his 2 starts ago, he was at Philly and he got lit up.
Oh wow!
So 8 earned runs. So
yeah, so maybe I
didn't check that. So maybe let's go to the next game.
Let's go on.
Turn the page.
I'll take some Freddie Free though. Freddie Free.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman though. Nick Williams now. Load up, Nick Williams. Get that.
Let's go. You hate Tehran. What are you kidding, Joe?
You hate Tehran. Stack his ass. What was I saying?
What were you saying? This is interesting. Dallas Keuchel of the Houston Astros visiting Derek Holland of the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, this is the chalk team tomorrow, the Astros. If you're not on that, I don't know who's going to be more chalkier than this. You got Derek Holland, who is easier than the whores in the Amsterdam. You know what I'm saying? And they're easy. I mean, they sleep with anybody for money, and Derek Holland gives up more than them. Okay, think about it. Okay, so the Astros tomorrow, man. Ooh, Bregman hits second. Autoplay for me, man. I love him hitting second, especially with Altuve behind him or in front. It doesn't matter. Gurriel, I love them tomorrow. Astros will probably be my top stack. And Keuchel, I'm just staying away right now. Even if they're playing the White Sox, I'm staying away. I don't want it, especially in that park and everything. I'm going to say prove it to me before I get back on that train.
Yeah, man. I think I definitely think you're onto something there. Like in cash games, like I think in GPPs there might be merit to attempting an Astro fade, or at least like not fully stacking, maybe like finding a one-off instead of. But like in cash games, it's gonna be really hard. Like you need to make sure you have exposure to these guys. They've just been too hot. Like the thing is, like the guys that have been doing it, like Gurriel, right? Like Gurriel, like in GPPs, I love playing that guy, but I don't like playing him in cash. Not when there's like Joey Votto's and like these other bigger names. Like I get worried, And we have Bellinger and Chase Field today. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so like it's interesting because you always think they're gonna be like they're gonna be super popular, but you never really know which guys because it depends on like the fit of the slate. Sometimes they can't be popular because they're too damn expensive. They're like on.
Yeah, I think a guy to look at tomorrow is where Jake Marisnick is hitting. They have a lot of they're facing like 5 lefties this week. So Marisnick might be moved up in the lineup. If he's not, I mean, a good 9-1-2. I love that stack with the Astros. 9-1-2. Yeah. Marisnick, Altuve, and Bregman. Springer's out right now. So until he's back, and once he's back, Jesus,
I think he's expected to be back.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, good. Well, I don't know about playing tomorrow, but sometimes I think sometimes that's the time to jump on him, but it says DL quadriceps. What does it say? I don't know.
They have a.
Do they hope to have him back by Tuesday? Okay. Well,
yeah. So we should.
Yeah, we'll see. So, Derek Holland's a perfect guy to come back against. So.
Oh yeah, man! Welcome back to the majors.
Yeah,
for sure.
So yeah, I like the Astros for sure.
Yeah, man, definitely.
And if you wanted to go against Keuchel, because I think that people won't. I think there's some merit to maybe Abreu, Davidson, or something like that. Abreu, I like Abreu. He hits lefties really good, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, for sure. Matt Garza of the Miami Milwaukee Brewers. Whoops, visiting Adalberto Mejia of the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, I think this is going to be like, if there's one game, I would just be like, cross it off. I don't really want to, I look at it, and there's just nothing really that really tempts me. I mean, he is a lefty going against a team that strikes out a lot, but, man, I don't know. I can't buy into him. I hasn't seen it, And Garza, man, that guy was good maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago or something, but not now. So, yeah, I don't know. This game, it's not for me.
I think this game, I have interest that for sure. I don't know exactly where I'd like to attack it, but Mejia is slightly interesting because we've seen him get strikeouts. It's just like you said, the Brewers they actually have a lot more righties than they do lefties. It's funny because people seem to everybody likes to play righties against them because there's so many righties, and you just have to get by 2 lefties. Well, this is the opposite scenario, so that's worrisome a little bit. Broxton was pretty good today, and then that guy Jesus Aguilar, he's been red hot.
Yeah,
Ryan
dude,
Braun,
2,300.
Yeah, man.
Dude, 2,300 tomorrow. On if he's starting tomorrow, you have to think about starting him as your cash game first baseman. Even though I tell you don't do that, but when you have guys like Kluber and Sale on the slate, you have to find good value, and that is an awesome value, especially if you sit in third. Fourth, batting behind Braun or in front of Braun. He's a righty. He has double dong potential, and he's facing a lefty that's not one of the top lefties in the game. So, if you need salary relief, Aguilar is a great option tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like I said, it's one of those situations where I think Mejia will be somebody people could look at hard because he's 5'4" on DraftKings. So as an SP2, people are going to take a hard look at him, and I get it. I'll dig in a little bit tomorrow when we're doing the write-ups and all that. But in the meantime, first look, I like the bats here. I will say that I think this is kind of like, aside from Aguilar, who you would play in cash just as a, if you were to do that, just as a value, just from a value perspective. I think in a GPP's perspective, to me, this game is more of a stack it or leave it. Like, I think both sides, I would want everything or I would want nothing. It's like, you know what I mean?
I agree.
For sure. Michael Wacha of the St. Louis Cardinals visiting Jason Vargas, the lefty from the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, you probably want to look at some of the bats for the Cardinals, the righties. Guys like Jerko, Pham, DeYoung, something like that. I'm not fully into this game. I always weird that it's hard to. I don't find myself playing Kansas City, the field of Kansas City very often. I might get the Royals on the road sometimes, but they're playing Kansas City. I don't seem to get that. I never seem to go there. Tonight would have been good if you would have had the Cardinals, man. They put up like 9 or 10 runs. That would have been great. But Wacha has been sneaky good lately. I'm pulling up his game logs. He's actually been decent, and I am not wanting to really go there. He's been just enough to get by. His last start was against Milwaukee, and he only lasted 4 innings, so should be well rested. But I'm not going there in GBPs. And the Royals, I probably won't mess with them either.
Yeah, man, it's like I think with some of these, the only Cardinals that I'm interested in and GPPs would be maybe Luke Voigt if he plays. He only plays against lefties usually. Jose Martinez, DeJong, those guys that I'm interested in, and Pham. The rest of these guys have, and maybe Grichuk, but the rest of those guys still have a reputation. I think I just named the whole lineup. I'm pretty sure I just named the whole lineup. The younger generation of Cardinals, like the old generation of Cardinals, can't hit lefties. And the problem, Vargas is one of those changeup guys. So like that's why he's so tough on righties, because he throws that nasty changeup and he can only throw it to righties. So I think I'm with you. I think the Cardinals will have a little bit of a slightly inflated ownership because they went off today, and like they're gonna go right back to being shit tomorrow, I think. And
yes,
I do. I think the opposite of Wacha. I think Seamart did well today, and people were skeptical of him. I was skeptical of him, and he did pretty well. I think on DraftKings he was a better play than Scherzer in GPPs because he ended up scoring like just under or maybe the same, and he was obviously significantly cheaper. So I think that I think people might look at Wacha and say, hey, like Seamart did pretty good against these guys. So, but Seamart did give up some hard. He gave up a home run to Moustakas and Hosmer, I think. So it's like I think I'm probably off of Wacha, though I will admit he is having a much better year than he had last year. Last year was a big down year for him. So I respect his gangsta, as I say, but I still I think I'm with you. I don't think I really want too much of Wacha.
Yeah. Waka.
Here we go, Joe. We got your boys coming up. Kenta Maeda of Patio Joe's Los Angeles Dodgers visiting Zach Godley. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Looks like it's going to be 104 degrees, but they'll probably close the roof. So,
yeah, they will close the roof. But I think that Godley is like the ultimate GPP pitcher tomorrow. I mean, he's the guy going up against this hot Dodger team. He can get lit up. They can lit him up in that field, but he can also go in there and he could shove it and shut down the Dodgers tomorrow. I'm going to be looking at him. He has pitched against some great offenses all year, and he's pitched pretty damn good. He's proved himself. I think he's a good play tomorrow in GPP when it comes to first look. On the other side, Maeda, another guy, man. I'm telling you, nobody looks at him. But last time, like he was in Atlanta, and he put up the most points of the day. So Jake Lamb hits him pretty well, though. I saw that he had some good BVP. So, and we all know that Arizona plays better at home, and this is like a statement series. The Diamondbacks want to show the Dodgers that they're in this, maybe not to win the division, but hey, you might see us in the playoffs, and we can play with you. So this is a big series for both teams, even though the Dodgers are coming in and they're the hottest thing, in baseball right now. So this is a big series. I like it. It's going to be entertaining to watch. That being said, I think that you can go there. I like Godley, and if you wanted to go with the Dodgers, I mean, I guess you could do it, and I guess you could go with the Diamondbacks too. So either way you want to go, there's possibilities abound.
You know what's interesting? Like, I get Maeda K upside. I get Godley ground ball pitcher. Like I totally get it from a GPP sense, and their prices are decent, especially on DraftKings. They're both in the sevens. So it was, but like, and I'll even admit that the total here seems kind of low, considering it's two really good offenses and a really good hitters park. With that said, it's going to be really hard for me not to like the bats on both sides here. Especially the Dodgers, man. Getting Seager and Bellinger and even Chris Taylor like in this stadium is very tempting. But like you said, Godley, man, he's got a great ground ball rate, and he just faced these Dodgers, and he didn't do all that bad, man. He didn't have no phenomenal game, but he did his job, man. I think he got 30-something points, minimal damage. So it's a situation where, you know, considering this is Chase Field. It's listen, 4.4 and 4.7 doesn't sound exactly low in general, but considering the games at Chase Field, and these are two of the best offenses in baseball, that's pretty low. You'd expect to see the total somewhere around 10, 11. You know what I'm saying? Like the way D-backs played at home and the Dodgers are played in general, it's like,
I think, you know, the thing about Godley that just really stands out is the teams that he's faced. The offenses, you know, he's faced Milwaukee twice, but he hasn't got a chance, you know, to face the Padres or the really, really bad teams that strike out at times.
You're right.
You know, he faces Chicago, St. Louis, Washington, Atlanta, Dodgers, St. Louis, two more, you know, St. Louis again, at Colorado. You know, like these teams that can hit the ball. So he's been in some really, really like hostile, like, you know, situations, and he's come out okay. So that's why, you know, it's a good thing to look at it. If you're going there in tomorrow, GPP, you might not have like that 60-point upside, but if he gets you 45 points and maybe Kluber and Sale get roughed up just a little bit, you might have a chance to win tomorrow.
Yeah. Man, it's
that's Pauly D thinking right there. I bet you Pauly D's all over Godley tomorrow.
That'd be interesting to see what he says. And I'm interested to see
if he's awake.
If he's awake.
If he's awake.
Ariel Miranda of the Seattle Mariners visiting Kendall Graveman of the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah, Cruz and Cano both have pretty good BVP against Graveman, and Miranda is pitching against the A's. So the A's are going to throw out their righty lineup. You got guys like Healy who's been crushing lefties this last month. Really good play. He's not that expensive. He's a pretty good value. So I like this. I like the A's as like a sneaky late night, maybe a mini stack. They're not bad. I'm checking some prices here. I want to see what Healy's price is. It can't be that much. And other guys like, you know, Cash Game Porn, I hope he went down because he hasn't been, you know, I don't know. Every time they bring him, they raise his price, he doesn't do very well, and they bring him back down again. So it's frustrating. But you get my point. I think that I like them as, you know, sneaky team, but not a full stack. And I like Cruz and Cano on the other side.
Man, it's funny. I'm looking at this guy, Kendall Graveman, because I know that the Giants just completely like tattooed this dude. He made his first start since like May something, and he just got completely tattooed. And so, like, 2 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, negative 15 FanDuel points. But I'm looking here, and this dude went 6 innings with 5 strikeouts, 2 earned runs against Boston. That's 31 FanDuel points. He went 6 strikeouts against the Angels, which, real quick, not to get off topic, do you see what Bundy is doing to the Angels right now? The team that doesn't strike out. He is just completely embarrassing.
How many strikeouts did he have?
Dude, I think he had like 9 earlier when I checked. He had like, I don't know right now, but he has a ridiculous. Bundy's got 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, one of which was a bomb from Mike Trout, 10 strikeouts. I mean, what the?
We didn't see that coming.
I mean, come on, how could you? Like, how do you don't see that coming? That's one of those things where like. That's the situation where, like, some dude with a seriously large bankroll that's doing max entry just said, "I'm going to add Bundy in here because I have like 20 lineups left and I don't need this pitcher, so let's throw some Bundy in there." That's how that.
Yeah.
Nobody in that, or some guy doesn't know what they're doing. They're a homer, so they play Bundy. Like like come on. Every stat in the world tells you not to play him in that situation. Anyway, so yeah, so I think I want to go back to the well and attack Graveman. I just thought it was weird that he seemed to have decent strikeout numbers against teams that didn't strike out. So I thought that was kind of strange. But I still, man, this guy typically doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. So I like Seattle a lot. Bad ballpark, but still, the guy got power. And like you said, man. Miranda's interesting. Like, he hasn't shown us a lot on the road this year, so I don't think I really want. I don't have interest there. But like, look, the A's have been hot, and they've been swinging the bat, and they have a guy Pinder and Healy and Chapman, these young guys that are swinging the bats, and even Semi and Davis, they've been hitting lefties well. Can't forget about your boy Cash Game Porn.
Yep.
So yeah, man, I think the bats are interesting here for sure. But like, isn't it weird that like that total is the same as the Dodgers and Arizona total?
Yeah, they're saying something to us. I don't know what.
I don't know what yet.
Come on,
something.
Yeah.
That's it. All right,
yeah.
Jeremy Hellickson.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's exactly Jeremy Hellickson of the Baltimore Orioles visiting Parker Bridwell of Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah, man, this game is. Yeah, I want to. You want to attack Hellickson. You do. You really, really do. But yeah, he pitched pretty good last start. So this Angel team, I don't know. I think they were bound to fall off a cliff eventually. And you think about it, I don't know. They might be tired. They played a really long game yesterday, and it was really hot. They played like 11-10 game, like back and forth game with the A's. They might just be tired tonight. That being said, Parker Bridwell, he used to be in the Orioles system, so they might know a little bit more about this guy than most teams. So you might want a little bit of the Orioles tomorrow. You might want Machado, Scope, Chris Davis, those kind of guys. Adam Jones. Machado just hit a grand slam.
Yeah.
And he is the top third baseman on the board now. So weird how the flow of seasons. Remember when he was 3,000 earlier in the year? Yeah. Not too long ago. You're talking about June, probably. Like mid-June, he was 3,000. Now he's the top third baseman on the board. That's just weird to me.
Oh, yeah, man. It's the same thing with
it's
Donaldson.
Very weird.
Dude.
It ebbs and flows with baseball.
Same thing with Donaldson, man. He comes back and he's expensive as shit for no reason. And then he does terrible for literally like 3 months. They finally drop his price. He hits one home run, and all of a sudden he's back up to 4K. And
Yeah. I mean, Kyle Seager is 4,000. What?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Kyle Seager, he was 2,500 like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. He's 3.9 on DraftKings, so he's even cheaper. In fact, he's more expensive on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings.
I mean, I don't know. Has he been like going crazy? I don't get it.
I think he had a couple good games, but
$4,000. What the?
I don't think he had 4,000.
I try and understand these pricing, and it's like, how is Kyle Seager more expensive than Justin Turner and Josh Donaldson?
You know what we forgot to talk about? Yonder Alonso revenge. Yonder Alonso traded to the Mariners, and now he's playing Oakland.
He's coming right back and playing them.
Oh my God! I think I might have to roster him.
Work. A little bit of a
He hit home runs in this park before, and Graveman, man, that dude is just the shits. He's just the drizzling shits. Anyway, back to the Angels and the Orioles.
It's funny. I if you look at FanDuel, it's like you can totally tell that like they know where most of the production goes to, because all their first basemen and all their third basemen are like so priced up. Yeah. They're all jacked up.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird to find value. That's why tomorrow a guy like Aguilar might just be awesome to play.
Yeah.
We go back to him. So, anyways, there's one game left.
Yeah, man. Let's see. We got Jose Quintana of the Chicago Cubs visiting Ty Blach of the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, Quintana is a lefty. He's pitching great since he went over to Chicago. I just don't think he has the upside to match Sale or Kluber tomorrow, so I'm off of that. But I'm not going to attack him either with guys like with the Giants. On the other side, Ty Blach, I think you can get him with Rizzo, Bryant. I think you can do another Cubs stack tonight. They did okay today. They scored 6 runs. I think maybe not a full stack, but like a mini stack. I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, man, it's blotch. You know, like I mean, you know what you're gonna get from that guy.
Blah.
Yeah, it's
Blah.
exactly what you're gonna get from the guy. So, you know, I wouldn't sleep on these usual suspects. A guy like Wilson Contreras will probably be a lot less popular tomorrow because there's other options such as Gary the Goat, and like you know, assuming he doesn't do anything tonight, which is the 8th inning, and he hasn't. I don't think he's done anything yet, right? Contreras.
No.
I know he was pretty popular tonight, and tonight was a situation where, like, most people, at least on DraftKings, it was easy to play him because there was enough cheap pitchers to pair with Scherzer. So, like, I think people, like, maybe, okay, I don't think I need to go there. But it's a lefty. He's been red hot. I wouldn't discredit him because he had one off game. So I think he's interesting, even as a one-off. And the same thing with Rizzo, man. This guy, I know he's a lefty. He could still match lefties, man. I don't think he can't. Javi Baez got an inside the park home run today. That was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, wrote him up.
I'm hoping Albert Almora pitches. Plays.
If he hits, if it's against a lefty, he'll play, and he's a great value when he plays.
Yeah.
He only bats 6 or 7, and that's the only problem sometimes.
Yeah, I'd like to see him bat a little higher for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was nice and quick considering the amount of games we had, bro.
Yeah, well, you know what? Also, everybody, we had to get him out of here. It's his anniversary tonight.
Okay.
He is tired as hell. It's like, it's 12:30 at night right now. So we need to get him out of here, all right? Like, he's got his wife waiting on him. She's probably asleep by now. I don't care if it's anniversary or not. She's asleep.
Yeah, we're going to celebrate on Sunday. We're going to celebrate everything on Sunday. She's asleep.
Yeah.
She's exhausted too. Shit, man. We're both tired as hell, man.
I know, so...
Shit, work sucks.
But so congratulations on 1 year. Trust me.
Thanks, brother.
They say it's the hardest year, which I don't agree.
No,
I don't.
It was a breeze for me, man.
I don't agree at all. I think if the first year is the hardest year, man,
oh man,
you know what I mean. That's the good years. I think
it was a pretty damn good year for us.
It didn't seem any different to me.
It didn't seem any different to me either. We and her have been together for like many years. It's like nothing changed. We've been living together for years. It's not like literally nothing changed. So it's like it's a good year, man. Every day.
Yeah. I pissed her off when she was when we were together and single, and I pissed her off the same being married. It's just,
I didn't know her then. I
just kind of get used to it. Yeah,
that's how it works. Things don't change that much. All right, brother. Let's play some Dong Watch and get out of here. We'll keep it simple. First, third, outfielder.
All right. First base.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with. That's weird. This other site just said that Mark Leiter Jr. is pitching for Philly. But anyways, I'm going with Freddie Freeman.
I'd still like Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
That's like no offense. Listen, I like Al Leiter, but
no offense to his son, but
yeah, dude, I would take Freddie. I would take Freddie Freeman against Al Leiter. That's a good one. I'll go with Zimmerman. First base. I think Vance Worley's gonna get rocked, and like this launch angle shit is legit, bro. Third base, brother.
Bregman.
Ooh yeah, I like that one.
Me and Paulie have like man crush on Bregman.
Yeah, you guys definitely do. But like, he deserves it though. He's been fucking good.
Literally since they moved him up, he's gotten like 50 points in days. I'll take it.
Yeah. I think there's merit to that. I don't have an issue with that. Let's see. I guess I'll go with Seager. I mean, I know we were just bitching about his price, but on DraftKings he's very cheap still, 3.9, and Graveman doesn't like to strike guys out, so I'll go with Kyle Seager.
Wow, $4,000. Can't believe that.
Yeah.
And outfield. All right. Let's not be obvious. Okay. It's kind of get off the grid here a little bit. I'm gonna go not really off. I'm gonna go JD Martinez tomorrow off of Maeda. I think that he comes back against the Dodgers and hits one.
I like that. Coming home, Arizona, we know that the whole team seems to play better at home. I like it. I will go with
first time playing the Dodgers.
Yeah, first time playing the Dodgers. That's always exciting. I'm going to homer out a little bit. I'm going to go Michael Conforto against Cashner.
There you go. That ain't bad.
Yeah, why not, right? I mean, Cashner screwed me all year. Why not one more? Hey, Joe, I appreciate it, brother, man. Appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah, anytime, dude. It's fun, and we love you guys. All remember, If you sign up at wisetake.com, enter the promo code podcast, you get 20% off any package. That is one price for all the sports. And you get on the live stream. We have live stream about an hour and a half before lock. We get me. We had Gautzab as a special guest tonight. We had Paulie D if he's awake. And we get CK. Obviously, he's there every day. So, and we got articles coming out all throughout the day, even right up to lineup lock, which is great. And
yes,
we have a good time. So yeah. So anyways, guys, just come and join us over at White Stake. You're gonna have fun.
That's it, brother. I appreciate it, man. He's absolutely right. And that podcast promo code we only talk about on this podcast. We don't tell nobody else.
Yeah.
So that's only because we appreciate you guys that listen. And don't worry again if you don't want to sign up yet. We'll say podcast ain't going anywhere. So do me a favor and hit that like button, that thumbs up. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. If you're listening on Podbean, the audio-only version, give us a follow. If you're listening on iTunes, the audio-only version there, subscribe to that channel. Give us some 5-star reviews. Bump us up those charts. It means a lot to us. And, of course, for Patio...
It does.
It really does. Like it always puts a smile on Patio's face. Don't you like to see Patio just smile? Who doesn't?
Yes, when I get the good comments, it makes me feel warm inside. So, thank you.
Yes. All right. So, for Patio Joe and myself, as always, good luck.
Yeah.